All right, let's set the scene. You're at a coffee shop, maybe the airport, you're waiting for a flight, you pull out your laptop, and you need to get online. Of course, you see a free, open Wi-Fi network, and you connect. I mean, who doesn't? But have you ever really stopped to think about what's actually happening to your data when you do that? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain and take a little peek inside the hacker's toolkit to really understand the risks of public Wi-Fi.
So let's be real for a second. You see that network name pop up on your screen, free cafe Wi-Fi. What's your gut reaction? If you're like pretty much everyone else, you just click connect and get on with your day. It's just a convenience we all take for granted. But that convenience, it can come with a pretty serious hidden cost.
And this right here is the heart of the problem. When you connect to Wi-Fi, your information isn't going through some kind of secure, invisible pipe. It's literally being broadcast through the open air as radio waves. And that means anyone, and I mean anyone, nearby with the right tools, which are surprisingly easy to get, can listen in, grab your information, and maybe even change it as it's flying by.
Okay, let's crack open this hacker's toolkit and start with the most common goal of all, stealing a password. But it's probably not how you imagine it happens.
Yeah, just forget that movie scene of a hacker in a dark hoodie, furiously typing passwords into a login box. That's way too slow, it's obvious, and you just get locked out. Here's the real secret. The danger isn't someone guessing your password live. It's them snatching a tiny, encrypted piece of your connection and then cracking it later on their own computer where nobody can see them doing it.
So what are they using to do this? Well, a lot of the time, it's this, Kali Linux. Now, this is an operating system that's designed for security professionals to, test defenses. But the catch is, it's completely free and it comes preloaded with hundreds of incredibly powerful hacking tools. So it's also the go-to for the bad guys.
The one little piece of data they absolutely need to steal your password, it's called the four-way handshake. Think of it like a secret knock or a special greeting. Your phone says to the router, "Hey, I know the secret password." And the router says back, "Oh yeah? Prove it." And they exchange these 4 quick encrypted messages to confirm the password is right, without ever actually sending the password itself.
And what you're looking at here is that exact exchange, that secret knock in action. That little burst of encrypted data is precisely what a hacker is listening for. They don't even have to be on the network. They just have to be close enough for their antenna to grab those 4 little packets right out of the air as they go between your device and the router. So once they have that handshake, the attack itself is surprisingly simple. They take a huge list of common passwords, that's the dictionary, and they use a program on their own computer that just brute forces it, testing every single password on that list against the handshake they captured. And because it's offline, they can try millions, even billions of combinations a second until they hear that magic click of a match.
All right, let's get to our second attack. And honestly, this one is even more clever, I think. This one doesn't even bother trying to crack the password. Instead, it just tricks you into connecting directly to the hacker. It's called the evil twin.
The idea here is just so deceptively simple. A hacker uses their laptop to broadcast a new Wi-Fi network. They give it a totally harmless name, like the name of the cafe you're sitting in, maybe even an exact copy of the real network's name. Your phone or your laptop sees it, you connect, and you think you're on the legit network.
And just like that, this is what happened. By connecting to their fake Wi-Fi, you've just put the attacker right smack in the middle of your connection to the entire internet. This is the classic man-in-the-middle attack. Every single thing you send or receive, every website, every email, every password, is now flowing straight through their computer first.
So here's the really scary part, the difference between what you see and what's really going on. To you, everything looks completely normal. Your browser works, social media loads, it all seems fine. But behind the scenes, the attacker is seeing everything in plain text, logging your usernames and passwords, and they can even send you to fake login pages to steal even more of your information.
Okay, I know, that was a whole lot of doom and gloom. But don't worry, defending yourself is actually way easier than attacking. So let's put together your personal Wi-Fi safety kit. And it's just a few simple but really powerful rules.
First things first, and this is a big one, just try to avoid open, unsecured networks if you can. Always look for networks that have at least WPA2 security. Second, just be a little skeptical. If you see 2 networks with the same name, just take a second to ask an employee, "Hey, which one is the real one?" It's a simple question that could save you a lot of trouble. Third, and this is your absolute best friend online, always look for that little padlock icon and HTTPS in your browser's address bar. That creates a secure, encrypted tunnel for your data, which protects you even if the Wi-Fi itself is sketchy. And finally, for your own Wi-Fi at home, don't just use a password, use a complex passphrase.
You know, a simple password like password123 can be cracked by those tools in literally seconds. But a passphrase like this one, it's got uppercase, lowercase, numbers, symbols. It's long, but it's still something you can remember. Those same cracking tools would need like centuries, maybe even longer, to guess this. That is the power of complexity.
So I'll leave you with this thought. We're all so good about locking our front doors to protect our physical stuff, right? The question is, are we taking those same simple steps to lock our digital front doors? The next time you see that free Wi-Fi signal, just take a breath, think about these steps, and make sure you're locking down your data. Thanks for tuning in.